Hello everyone, my name is Yuko Tomizuka. I'm Global Real Estate Investment Advisor with more than 30 years of experience. Today I'd like to speak something about Japanese business philosophy released and developed by Mr. Kazuo Inamori, the Kyocera founder, and also the saver of Japan Airlines when it went bankrupt. And he also developed and developed the company KDDI, which is one of the three top telecommunication companies in Japan. So the business philosophy this time is this one. I want to work with you. How to get respect from your staffs. This is Mr. Inamori's episode. Mr. Inamori also always have been trained that we have to get the good human resources and we have to develop good human resources as internal ones, which means you have to well communicate with your staffs, your people, and you have to get respected. Yeah, your staffs need to respect you in order for your company to grow and be successful. Most Kyocera staff have respected Mr. Inamori very much. By looking into comments said by Kyocera management team members, I'd like to figure out the fundamental criteria for the leader whom every staff respects very much. So the features of such leaders are as follows. Number one, judge people by personality, not by their background or culture, educational background. Number two, impress and surprise staff. Number three, don't be afraid to be hated. Number four, maintain the ethical value and conduct the best practice. Number five, listen to others by putting yourself in their shoes. Number one, judge people by personality, not by their background. Andy, the former Kyocera management team member, recalled the story of Kyocera's M&A. The management team and department heads of the merged company were called by Kyocera. They had to wait 4 hours, and the place where they were guided to was like a hall with a lot of tatami mats, where sake bottles were placed on the tables, and the party suddenly started. Each department head was called to Inamori's table, and they talked with Mr. Inamori over glasses beers. Inamori asked what kind of work they are doing and what kind of troubles they have had. After the group discussions were over, Mr. Inamori declared, I finally met all of you guys. The people at XS Company are very good guys. Let's get married. Andy, who was an officer of this XX company, said it was actually the rescue merger for us, but Inamori described it as marriage. That was very touching. Inamori continued, before getting married, everyone has born and raised in different environments, so both of us have strengths and weaknesses. Do not criticize deficits the partner has. Let's do our best together. I feel this is the nature of the marriage. Inamori said like that. This impressed very much Andy and Access Company's people. So from this episode, I saw that before getting married, Mr. Inamori was looking at the personality of the people in the merged company. He never paid attention to his academic background, financial status, nor track records in terms of business. He said, let's get married instead of you have no choice but getting married to me. Married with me. This is a story to demonstrate the humanity part of Inamori. Number two, impress and surprise staffs. Andy said, the honorary chairman is undoubtedly the one who is respected by many. Inamori has done many things that really amaze people. It's not difficult. If you have a boss, do a job that will surprise the boss. You should deliver the services that surprise customers. You can demonstrate outstanding leadership that will surprise your subordinates. With that in mind, I don't think it's very difficult. However, it is difficult to conduct all of them as business practice. But for the more challenging practice, the more serious we have to take in practice. But for the more, if I do this, everyone will be surprised. Isn't it really motivating you to think that you can deliver a good performance to surprise others? If you want to surprise and please others, everyone, including yourself, should be touched. I think this is the most important thing to learn from the honorary chairman Inamori. So this is the word Andy said. The surprising is very important. Number three, don't be afraid to be hated. Andy recalled Mr. Inamori vigorously pursued numbers. The figure should not be this, but like that. Your figure looks something tricky. It's not honest. Honorary chairman used to say, and it described like that. Where did this number come from? If I lower the number, wouldn't it change like this? It means that President Inamori has been looking closely at each expense item breakdown and how they can minimize further. The attitude of expense analysis has become the organizational culture of the entire company Kyocera. Looking back, the chase of President Inamori at the meeting was really harsh. For example, I was standing in front of more than 200 executives at an international management meeting and was scolded by Inamori. Andy, how come you made such a terrible mistake? Inamori's eyes at the time were like snake's eyes. He was so angry that a blue ray could come out of his eyes. This episode showed that the power of President Inamori was really amazing. When President Inamori scolded someone, the lesson should be shared with the others. Inamori never intended to criticize only one person. All of the staff there spontaneously have become humbly and sincerely listening to what was the problem and why this practice was scolded. Inamori's word had such an amazing power. Listening to it is a learning experience for everyone as well. One day, Mr. Inamori told Andy like this: Andy, won't you quit Kyocera, will you? No, I won't quit. Inamori confirmed again. Are you sure not to leave Kyocera, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure to stay in Kyocera for entire my career life. After such confirmation, President Inamori started scolding Andy. Andy, what you did for this time was really terribly bad. Mr. Inamori has never said that. He wants to be liked by everyone. I don't mind if you hate me, but let me say this for you. To be a better person, Inamori had already committed himself to be a father of all the staff based on the value. Con- Conduct the right things as human beings. Therefore, Inamori had been respected by everyone. Other tips I'm going to explain you further in the next video. Thank you for your attention.